For the exercise this week, there are going to be two parts. Part 1, you're going to be completing the following tables. You'll see that there's a number of expressions on the left. You're going to write what the function prototype for these expressions would look like as overloaded operators for member functions and non-member functions. If you cannot do that operation as one or the other, you can just write NA for not applicable. We have the first two done for you, so as a member function, a plus b will be my operator plus my array b, and as a non-member function, it would be operator plus my array a, my array b. To answer these questions, you can simply write the answers into the markdown files. To write into a table on the markdown, you just write in between these pipes. So writing here would fill in that box, and here would be filling in that box. You may find it easier to do this part after you've done part 2, but you can do it in whichever order you prefer. For part 2, you're going to modify the array adder so that you can overload the subtraction operator, both first as a member function from the myArray class. Once you have done that and tested that out, you'll overload it as a non-member function. And then lastly, you're going to overload the insertion operator so that it prints the entire array on one line. So right now, if we just run this, we'll get this result. You can see that the array plus is already overloaded here if you want a starting point. You're going to add some code to overload subtract. And then below here, you'll write some code to subtract the arrays. So you'll be writing array 3 as array 1 minus array 2, which should give you this result. The thing to note when you are overloading it as the non-member function next is that you are going to need to comment out the friend function code. If you have both defined, your compiler might get confused about which one it's supposed to use, so when you're not using one of them, comment out the other one. When you're overloading the insertion operator, we've got a few hints for you here. Your function prototype is going to look at this. So consider, by looking at it, which this is more likely to be, member function or non-member function. When you are sending data to the output stream, you use the format like this. So OS, all of this will go to the output stream, which will allow you to see out it later. And at the end of that overloaded operator function, you are going to return the output stream. When you have it overloaded, you'll be able to just write cout array 1, array 2, array 3, and you would get output that looks something like this.